We should have known Oryx was coming. This is bad. Okay. Creepy sidekick, check. Roguish commander, check. And then we have the Guardian. I'd say we're ready to get this done.
Hey, how are you? I'm Deej from Bungie, your friendly neighborhood community manager. Welcome to the first in a series of live broadcasts we're going to use to reveal some elements of Destiny: The Taken King. You're joining us live from Bungie today. I'd like to introduce you to my fellow community manager, Cosmo, who is here in our studio with a live studio audience. So, thank you for joining us in the room. Thank you for joining us on Twitch. It's my pleasure to introduce you to the subject matter experts who have joined me on the panel. To my right and your left is Mark Noseworthy, executive producer on The Taken King.
Hello.
Morning.
Good morning.
So tell us a little bit about what it means to be an executive producer at Bungie and what you helped us do on The Taken King.
Well, you know, I think I can say it as simple as trying to make sure we get this thing done for September 15th. Right?
Yeah.
And I'm happy to be here today because we finally get to talk about a bunch of the things that we've been kind of cagey about for some period of time, and really we want to reveal as much as we can. So really stoked to be here.
Good. Glad to have you. Yeah, obviously, we've been listening to your questions. We've been reading them on forums. We've listened to them on, convention show floors like E3 and Gamescom. Now we have an opportunity to show off these new systems and to talk about Destiny Year 2. And who better to help us with that than Tyson Green?
Hello.
Morning.
Yep.
So you're a senior... veterans of the Bungie community will recognize you, no doubt, from numerous Vidocs, appearances, media interviews. But for those who might just be meeting you for the first time, tell our audience what you do at Bungie.
I'm one of the senior design leads. I'm responsible for a lot of the reward systems and progressions and some other odds and ends like the Cryptarch.
So you are the puppet master. Your strings are connected to the Cryptarch's evil decrypting hands.
That's right.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll see what you have in store for us. So you are joining us on another beautiful evening in the Tower. Always a beautiful day in the Tower. The setting may seem familiar, but in Destiny Year 2, there will be many new features and systems and ways in which your Guardian is going to become more powerful in The Taken King. So imagine, if you will, that it is September 15th. High noon. You've taken the day off from work. You're keeping the company of two friends of yours. I have two theoretical guides here that are level 40. They have become an even greater legend in The Taken King, and they're going to Sherpa me through this walking tour of the social space overlooking the last safe city on Earth, and we're going to understand how my dead orbit warlock here is going to become even more powerful as my new adventure progresses. So I guess the best way to do that would be to inspect this character, yeah?
Let's look at your character.
All right, so the new character screen, everyone.
So the biggest change that we're making right away in Taken King is your light level is being brought in and grandfathered in as your character level.
Okay.
So your level 34 on the left side there is now your character level. I mean, this is what you earn by increasing XP. If you're a level 34 or a level 32 or a level 30, any character from year 1, when you first log in to 2.0, we'll grandfather your character in, and we'll basically just boost you up to the level that you always have been all through the last year.
So how are you calculating this level 34 character?
We're going to take a look at the gear that's on all your characters in your vault, like just all over the place, and we'll figure out where your best character would be. So you don't have to worry about anything like, logging in the night before and equipping the right stuff so that you actually are level 34 when you start Taken King.
Everything in my inventory, everything in my vault.
Yep.
Put it together into a big mathematical atom smasher.
Yep.
We determine your level. Pro tip for you at home, don't dismantle a thing before this game comes out, because we're going to take stock of what you have and we're going to determine what level your character is. So how does this go up?
So this is simple experience. I mean, you can play patrols, you can do strikes, you can play Crucible. Like anything that's earning you XP is going to bring your level up. So this is just like reaching level 20 was in year 1, and you know, in Taken King, the level cap increases to 40, so you'll be able to level up, get access to new gear, new equipment, and pretty simple.
The key here is that anyone who plays the game, just by playing it, killing monsters, finishing activities, can hit the max level now.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
So on the right side, we have your light.
Yes.
So in year 1, this was sort of buried on certain pieces of armor, and you never really saw this stat, but it was like the most important thing for, you know, getting into the deeper end game. So now this is visible on your top level character screen. It's actually just a product of all your gear now, instead of being a single stat on like just a couple pieces of armor. So if you look at a helmet, for example, you see you've got 190 defense, and defense and attack, they both just combine together. It's kind of an average, and shows up on your character
so
as
my
your
light level is an average of my attack and defense on my entire character.
That's right.
So all of these 190 items, the average would be 190. So what's bringing me down right now to 186?
You might have a bad item equipped on one of your slots or something like that. See, yeah, you just got to go Shell, which is a bit lower level.
And ghosts have light now.
Yep, ghosts have light now. Your class slot has light now. These are all contributing towards making your character stronger. So there's, you know, there's more to pursue. You're not just doing a raid for like one of 4 slots that actually matter. Everything matters now. Everything's helpful for your character.
Everything you do progresses you. Everything that you do contributes to a higher level. If I'm a guy who, and I am, filthy casuals of the world unite, if I'm a guy who likes to go out of patrol while I enjoy the company of some friends, if I like to go into the Crucible and fail miserably with people who are better at the game than myself, I will reach that level cap.
Yeah, you will reach level 40, absolutely.
You always tell an interesting story about, what was it, the meme of Forever 29?
Yeah, like last year, you know, this happened to a lot of people where when light level was the thing that you chased, it wasn't in your control, right? Like you had to get the boots, was it, in the raid to level 30, and the difference between level 30 and level 29 was pretty substantial. And now, like, light is a 3-digit number, and you know, 9 or 10 different items can contribute to it. And like, why is that number so important?
So, for example, in this case, in year 1, going from 29 to 30, I mean, that was something like a 30% swing in how much damage you did and took. It was a big, big difference. The light is more granular now, so you can make a little bit of progress. You know, you like to say it's nice to go on and bump things up by 1 step. Like, you don't have to wait several weeks for a drop that is not happening for you
so it's
to like
more
make
logical.
progress.
There's a more logical path between me and my next leveling up. So as I level up more, as I reach higher levels of, you know, orders of magnitude, what does that do for me?
So once you hit level 40, you're capped, but that's what's going to give you access to some of the better gear that's available. You have a few pieces of this in your inventory right now, so like here's a level 40 item that, you know, is 280 defense. So when you get to level 40 and you're able to equip that, you're going to see a nice big bump in your light level.
Right. So for you at home, that is equipped for demonstration purposes only. You're not going to walk into the tower on your first day with endgame gear. These legendaries are things that you'll acquire in playing the Taken King content, but it won't be available to you until you level up to level 40. Here's something else I want to ask, because it looks like you're doing some different things here. We still have intellect and discipline and strength.
Yeah. So strength, for example, because your melee ability is unlocked on this test character, it's showing you what your actual cooldown for that ability is going to be. Discipline and intellect, test character, not unlocked yet, but all these will show you how many seconds like your cooldown actually is, instead of just being sort of a weird percentage number that you really just kind of had to guess.
This has made me really value gear a lot more. Like, it, you know, in Destiny 1 in the live game right now, I see discipline, I see intellect, I see strength, and it says, yeah, it's going to speed this thing up, but I never know how much, so like I kind of just don't care about it. But now I can see, hey, I just equipped this item and I went from 55 seconds to 48. And I'm like, well, you know, I love the Stormcaller, and his new super is incredible, and so I'm going to maximize intelligence. Like, I'm looking for gear that has intelligence so I can cast my super as fast as possible, as frequently as possible.
Cool. All right, so what else is new on this screen? I see
the quest tab. So let's head over there. So first, let's look at the right-hand side of the screen where we got bounties. So the first thing you'll notice is we now have 16 bounty slots. So that's 6 more slots than existed before. The other thing I'd say about bounties is there's a whole bunch of new ones. Like we've updated PvP bounties and PvE bounties with a whole suite of new things to do out in the world.
All the Vanguard and Crucible bounties are updated. They're a bit quicker to do, and they're all designed to be done while you're doing what you actually want to do. So there's fewer bounties which are go to this specific place and do this specific thing, and there's more which are like get solar weapon kills, which you're going to be doing while you're playing Crucible, you're going to be doing while you're like doing patrols, you'll be doing while you're doing a strike.
You can also track the bounties now, which you can see. So, you know, if you track a couple there, and just maybe track 2.
So I'm tracking these 2.
Yeah, and if you head back to the, you know,
track a total of 4, yeah?
Yes.
So I'm going to track a Crucible 1, 2.
Yeah, and I think that's your total because we have 1 quest tracked as well. So if you go back to the ghost, you know, go to the main screen, you know, pull up your ghost here for a second, you can see the progress towards your bounty right here in the HUD, which is awesome. No like switching into your inventory screen and tabbing over and then looking at them individually. Like it's right there, the ones you want to see all the time, which is just it's awesome, right?
Ready access.
And,
cool.
and the quality of life there is great. And then if you go back to the quest screen and look at bounties, you'll see 2 of these bounties have already been completed. One of the key changes we've made here is you can now turn in your bounties from anywhere you are.
Yep.
You don't have to go into the tower to turn them in. Immediately get your reputation and your experience right then and there.
Vanguard rep. Looking good.
So the left-hand side of the screen here is the quest page. And so we've talked a lot about how quests are going to play a super important role in the Taken King this year. And you know, this is the place where you're going to go see what are the quests that I have on offer. And you can, you know, there's going to be dozens of quests, and it, you know, it can actually hold up to 32. So there's a lot of quests in the game for you to take. And you can see on this page right here, you have some quests that are from the Vanguard. Some are about your class. You get some from the factions. There's, of course, quests related to the core story. And for each one of these, you get to see, you know, it tells you exactly what you need to do next to complete it, but also shows
like
you what...
the strike that we're going to play next week.
Yes, exactly, Shield Brothers. But also shows you what the rewards are. So this quest here, this quest step, A Spark in the Shadow, if you complete this, you can see that you're going to get the new Stormcaller subclass. So the new subclass in the Taken King is something that you're going to earn as part of a quest line. And
so it's a Warlock exclusive quest.
Correct.
No hunters invited.
Exactly, and so part of your daily ritual when you log in to play Destiny now, you're going to check out what the daily is, you're going to look at your bounties, but now you're also going to look at your quest page and see, hey, you know, what progress could I make tonight? You know, which of these things is just on the cusp of giving me something awesome?
And a lot of these quests, they advertise what you're going to get for them, and we're trying to move more of the rewards that you may have had to go and shoot into a loot cave for in year 1 into actual quests. So this quest, for example, is we'll get a heavy weapon upgrade for doing that. So,
and that's a heavy weapon, or that is an upgrade to an existing heavy weapon?
That is a new heavy weapon, which will probably be stronger than what you're using.
So I complete this quest, I'm guaranteed a weapon. It's a guaranteed virtue from a standpoint of getting new stuff in my arsenal. Now that's awesome.
Yep.
There's taking a lot of the guesswork out of how I get stuff that I want to add to my inventory.
We want it to be more deterministic, more driven by player action and player intention, and not so much just by pure randomness.
So if I go do this thing, I get this other specific thing, and this is where people should look to their quests page. They should acquire quests. These are the breadcrumb trails that lead to your Guardian becoming more powerful.
Yep.
Yeah? Cool.
Yeah.
Looking good. What else do we want to say about this? Anything?
Let's move on.
Cool. All right.
Why don't we check out your inventory?
Okay.
There's something special in there.
So we're adding a new item in the Taken King.
The Spark of Light.
Called a Spark of Light.
Okay.
Every character who, every person who buys a copy of the Taken King will have one of these given to them. And what this item is for is you can take a character, maybe a low-level character that you didn't complete, or a new alt that you're interested in trying, one of the new subclasses, and you can boost that character up to level 25. It outfits that character with a set of appropriate gear, and it really is just getting you ready so that you can go in and start playing the new Taken King content.
So I'm a brand new character. I've never played Destiny before. I go out and I get the Taken King. I use this. Where am I going to find this?
This will be waiting for you on your Postmaster.
Okay, so I create a character. I take it on that first mission.
Yep.
I learn how to aim down sight and shoot, and I get the basic tutorial.
Got to get to the tower first.
Yeah, eyes up, Guardian, and all that stuff.
Earn your grenade.
Earn your grenade. Meet the what are we calling it? Are we calling it the North Ghost, the Noland Droid, whatever we want to nickname the successor? So we go through that first story mission. I arrive at the tower. This is at the Postmaster, but I am not personally a new player of Destiny. Obviously, if if that Solar Titan looks pretty cool, and it
it
does, and I want to get my hand on that Hammer of Soul, and I do. For all you Titans out there, I'm about to break ranks, and I'm about to join yours and share some time between my Warlock and my Titan. I can create a new Titan, and applying this to my new character, I become a level 25 character.
Yeah, it gets you up and running.
Okay, so the starting line for the Taken King is level 25.
Yep.
And this gets us there.
And if you've got friends, that want to play the Taken King, and they want to get into Destiny and haven't, like, they can join in on September 15th and play with you right away, right? And they can still experience the first year of Destiny and House of Wolves and Dark Below. It's there for them if they buy the Legendary Edition.
And it's all questified now.
Yeah, but this gives them the option to choose to play with you right away.
Okay. Anything else we want to cover in my character inventory screens here?
Nope.
What about the fact that I can finally see the face of this handsome devil in my inspection screen?
Yes, so we think it's really important for the characters to be characters. Like, this is you, this is your person inside of Destiny. So, we're showing the character faces inside the UI screens. We're also letting some people do the opposite, where, like, I'm wearing my helmet here in the tower because I might have a cool raid helmet that I really like the look of. Or I might regret the decisions I made back in September when I picked my particular hairstyle.
I look like He-Man, straight up. I am Prince Adam, and I thought that was cool, and it was cool for a few weeks, and now it's not so cool anymore.
Yes.
Okay. So
a few
what
weeks
else can
when
I
you were
do?
7.
Well, what else can I do to customize my appearance in the tower? Anything else?
Well, try switching your weapon.
So the same way I would do just in playing?
That's right.
I'll check out my shotgun.
So you can pick the weapon that you're going to show off in the tower. So if you've got that cool sniper rifle, or you've got that cool heavy weapon, you can pick that and you can show that off now. So it's just a little thing.
Nice. Okay, cool. So throughout the course of the show, we're going to be checking in with our audience. How you doing, Cosmo?
Doing great.
So in looking at our audience, what questions would they ask us right now?
I got a question from Fear Lies. He asked, are there going to be any new additions to Vault Space?
Vault Space. We're going to check in with the vaults as a portion of this tour, right, guys?
Maybe. Yeah, that might be important to people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so we're going to defer that question to a little bit later. Is there anything else they're curious about?
Scrubkiller69 asks, how do we acquire ghost shells?
How do we acquire ghost shells, guys?
Well, let's swing by the speaker.
Okay. We go. Lead the way.
All right.
Moves the needle. I want to point this out. Check this. My footsteps on the stairs. Let me slow walk these stairs. Check this out. It's the little things.
It's the little things.
It's the little things. Look at that.
It's catching up with the IK.
Never missing a step. Nice. Okay. Mr. Speaker.
So the speaker, like many of the other vendors in the tower, has been updated with some new gear and some new equipment.
Okay. I can
we
see
still,
that. There are some things that are familiar.
Yeah, we still have material exchange from House of Wolves, so if you're still sitting on some of those Ascendant shards and you want to switch them in, you can do that.
Okay.
But all the speaker's gear, his equipment, down below, you can see we've updated these, so these are level 40 items now. And in addition to providing defense, the class slot armor actually is providing you some useful perks now.
Nice.
So class armor concentrates on things that help you level up faster. So in this case, you've got some perks that increase your scout rifle speed, or you can choose to increase your machine gun faster instead.
I always do.
The other things that we also find on these are perks that, speed up reputation gains. So like increasing your Vanguard reputation faster or Crucible reputation.
So these are no longer just vanity items.
That's right. These are actually helping your character become more powerful.
Yep. As cool as this stuff looked, I never bought a single one of them in Destiny Year 1. They were really expensive. I spent my resources on other things to make me more powerful.
Well, you had to wear your Dead Orbit thing all the time.
I had to wear
too,
I did have to wear my Dead Orbit thing every single day. So
I never bought any, but I always felt like every engram I had always turned into one of these, and I was furious.
furious.
You mean it didn't turn into shards all the time?
No. I was lucky enough to get an item that I wouldn't put on my arm.
Something must have been broken then. So as far as ghost shells go, the speaker also has a set of ghost shells, because you're always bringing ghosts back to him, so he finally is giving some back to you. So ghosts also give you defense, which is contributing to your light. They give you intellect, strength, discipline as well.
Yeah.
But ghosts specialize in perks that are making it easier to collect things in the world.
Nice.
So these rare quality ghosts, for example, have perks on them that mark resource nodes. So when you're running around the moon, this ghost, for example, lets you, well,
or Venus, as it
we're
were.
on Venus.
Yeah.
This one lets you detect spirit plumes, so that'll just be called out to you and makes it easier to find those.
Like a divining rod that whispers to you in the dark of night.
Yep, except these ones work.
Okay, cool.
So one thing that's missing from the speaker here is the emblems. So
Yeah, what's up? Where'd they go?
So let's swing by another little station that's right nearby.
Okay, cool.
So all the emblems, along with shaders and ships and a few other things, have been moved onto these new terminals, which you can find in different locations in the tower. We call these collections, and this is the emblem collection. So if you crack that one open.
I'm just going to access it. I'm sure they wouldn't appreciate it if I were to actually crack it open. So I can see some of the things I already have.
Yep.
Some of these are grayed out because I still have some foraging to do in the House of Wolves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these collections, they keep all the ones that you found, and it shows you some of the ones that you haven't found yet, and we'll actually tell you where they come from. So
like I have to play Vanguard Strikes if I want that.
Yep. If you don't have room for an emblem, like if they're cluttering up, part of your vault, maybe.
Yeah.
You can safely just get rid of them now because they're all available right here.
So this keeps track of what I have acquired over time and lets me pull them out and reclaim them whenever I want to.
That's right.
Lets me pull out a new version of something I always had.
Yeah, and we're doing the same thing with shaders, and we're doing the same thing with ships, and so on.
And so on.
See, what I really like about it, I see it, and it's like a giant to-do list for me.
Yeah,
like emblems didn't. I have the emblem I got early on with the N because my name's Noseworthy, and I've been using that since the beginning. And I didn't really lust after any because I didn't see them all, but now I can see them here, and there's multiple pages, and I'm like, oh my God, I want that. And now I'm given some instructions how I can go find that in the world.
Yep.
And I got to catch them all.
That's cool. This actually looks like Cosmo's signifier on Bungie.net. Cosmo, I think we found your new emblem. Looks pretty sweet. You're going to have to do the Blade Dancer subclass, but you like blade dancing, don't you?
I love it.
Yeah, we noticed. How's our audience doing? And our internet audience, what else would they like to know?
Taste My Sith